Welcome back, YOKA Dragons, to YOKA Student News. We hope you had a restful spring break. My name is Emma Hernandez.
I am Maida Hernandez. I certainly had a great break. I finally had time to have some self-love.
Glad you had enough time for that. I was able to fix my manga collection that has been sitting there in the corner and it's been messy.
Well, up next we have Nelly with leadership activities.
Thank you all. Recap events. Our spring semester Spirit Week was held on Monday, April 4th to Friday, April 8th by Team Inspirators. Thank you all to the students who participated. Monday was Marble Monday. We saw some impressive outfits on Tuesday as it was just to impress. Wednesday was a tough day as it was Twin Day, but thank you to those who followed our guidelines and twinned with someone. Thursday was pretty hilarious for Teacher Day. Students had to get super creative for Friday as it was blast from the past. We gave over 250 exclusive buttons to Spirit Week participants. If you did not get your button, bring your proof to Mr. Gutierrez. Due to weather, team motivators had to postpone their Raspado sale a week later from the original date. Students were definitely looking forward to it as we had another successful sale, raising over 200 both days. Thank you all for your support. We're just about ready to buy our next game for the arcade we are trying to build. We had our second 8th grade versus staff competition. 8th grade played the staff in basketball. The event was open to all grades level to come watch. Over 250 fans in the game. The 8th grade girls faced off against the YOKA staff on Wednesday, April 6th. It was an exciting game. The 8th grade girls were winning in the beginning 8-0. All of a sudden, teachers changed gears and took the lead. Staff ended up winning the 8th grade girls 20-8. Ms. V taking MVP, scoring 14 points. The 8th grade boys faced off the men of YOKA staff on Thursday, April 7th. It was also an exciting game. Teachers had a strong start, keeping the lead throughout the game. It seems they had a lead back until Carlos and Jaden started making threes. Teachers were able to close out the game, boys 35-14, with MVP Mr. Morrison scoring 9 points. Thank you so much, leadership students, for putting this together. It was a fun event. We have 2 new plaques to add into our ongoing trophy. Teachers continue to have their names on it. We'll see what happens next. Remember that the students' teams that beat the teachers will get a special plaque with their name on it, but you gotta earn them. Leadership team drivers will be hosting the last movie night of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movie series No Way Home this Wednesday, April 20th in the NPR. Tickets are now on sale in Mr. Gutierrez's room on 3105. They are almost sold out. Each purchase comes with one of these buttons. If you would like to collect them raw, team drivers will also be selling buttons separately for $1. We have Dr. Octavius, Electro, Green Goblin, and one with all 3 versus Spider-Man. Further events coming soon as our leadership team puts together their ideas. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to share them with us. Back to the YOKA studio.
Thank you, Nelly. Spirit Week was great. I was able to participate in all 5s, and especially my favorite ones was dressed as a teacher. I dressed as Lugo.
Yeah, I was able to participate in 3 of them. You probably saw me with that big boombox that I brought, with the inflatable one. Yeah, it was fun. I have like 13 buttons after getting this one. This basketball game was also fun to watch. I never doubted the teachers for the girls basketball game, but for the boys, I really thought 8th graders were gonna win.
I really loved seeing the kids and staffs have fun in the court. Well, I am sure we will get a win in the next competition, which is volleyball, coming up sometime in May.
Up next we have Natalie with student involvement and club news.
Thank you, Miley and Emmanuel. This spring break really pushed things for us as we are just getting into introducing this month's Dragon Challenge. April's Dragon Challenge theme is kindness. Kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate of others without expecting praise or reward. The YOKA Advisory Committee is challenging all YOKA students to do 5 acts of kindness throughout the month. Our LACC art class students have done an amazing job as they completed their surreal endless ribbon project. Thank you to Ms. Quintero. These projects can be seen displayed in the library. Come by to see these talented artwork. Today we want to show you the process of making a button.
So how do you create your buttons?
I use Sketchpad. Currently I'm using a different computer, which is trying to get used to it right now. Like, I kind of just make a U for its head. It's a button designer where I put the buttons in.
So once Serrano is done, I log on the computer downstairs so that I can print out in color. I go over his buttons, so I open the session and I look at what he created. And then I change anything or add anything that I would like. Now I go ahead and create a print sheet, which is gonna give me a sheet with at least 15 buttons, and I print them out in color. Normally I have my first period girls help me cut all these out so that it helps alleviate all the work on just one person. This is our button station over here. Here is where I have a student. Normally it's Dana who sets out our buttons, and they're set out like patties, ready for me, Mr. Gutierrez, to get to it. Then I get this button maker. We use this part over here. We grab the set of 3. Then I go ahead and turn that around. This is the part that gets pinned. This goes face down. And we create a button.
Such a long process. I wouldn't have thought so many people were involved in making these. Get yours on our next leadership events. Remember that you can buy your copy of the yearbook at the student store for $35. Yearbook will be delivered in May. Make sure to buy your copy so that you can have friends and teachers sign your yearbook at the end of the year and make a lifetime memory. Congratulations to YOKA Pentathlon. Results are in. 3rd place for LAUSD in literature, Jasmine Ixcoy. 2nd place for LAUSD in math, Joshua Ramos. 6th grade, top score at YOKA, Sofia Garcia. 7th grade, top score at YOKA, Orquídea Utuy. 8th grade, top score at YOKA, Yulisa Allende. You all did an amazing job. Thank you for representing YOKA. Upcoming birthdays. Happy birthday to the following staff. Ms. Estrada, April 12. Mr. Cortez, April 19. Mr. Rivera, April 23rd. Mr. Kim, April 30th. Miss Nicholas, May 1st. Now we have student birthdays. Happy birthday to the following students. Happy birthday to you all on behalf of student leadership. Back to you, Miley and Emmanuel.
Thank you, Natalie.
Okay, Miley, I challenge you to a kindness competition.
What?
Yeah, I bet you like $5 that I can do more kind things than you can. And when I win, you owe me $10, you know, for interest. I will feel good about that, you know.
Well then, are you doing it because you want to be kind or because you want to win? Kindness comes from intention. It's a selfless act to remember.
Well, honestly, I want those $10, but yeah, I guess it comes from intention. Up next is Melissa with school news.
Thank you, Miley and Emmanuel. On March 30th, YOKA was visited by District Board Member Goldberg. She was welcomed by Mr. Gutierrez Leadership students and Ms. Salas Orchestra as she entered the doors of YOKA. Able to visit a couple of advisory classes like Mr. Winnell, Ms. Madrid, and Mr. Codes, who were able to share their experiences here at YOKA and what they have learned regarding A through G requirements. YOKA has been doing an amazing job in the Blastoff reading contest, which was created to spur on students to engage in reading and perhaps find a new passion for it. We have won the third round of the competition in our grade band, 6 through 8. We are moving on to the fourth phase of the competition. Thank you to the Dragons who have been contributing to this by reading apps such as MyOn. On Friday, March 20th, YOKA's top readers were invited to the Museum of Tolerance. This was no ordinary field trip. Students got to meet Superintendent Carvalho, where 7th grade student Allan took initiative to spark a conversation with Superintendent Carvalho. Along with other YOKA Dragons, Allan was featured in Spectrum News 1, where he shared his experience at the Museum of Tolerance.
I feel sad because it's emotional back in the past, you know, what people been through, you know. It's heartbreaking.
Superintendent Carvalho was so impressed by Allan's initiative to converse with him that he wrote him a letter. He explained to Allan that his top priority as the new superintendent of LAUSD is to address the opportunity gap and systemic manifestation of discrimination and racism in our community. He finished with an open invitation to any thoughts Allan might have in better serving students in LA Unified. Furthermore, Superintendent Carvalho visited our YOKA campus on Friday, April 8th for the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new mural. Alongside Superintendent Carvalho was our very own YOKA leadership, acknowledging the meaning behind the mural in the upside basketball courts. On Friday, April 8th, some 6th graders and 7th graders went on a field trip to the Natural History Museum. It was coordinated by Mrs. Izquierdo. We hope you appreciate these field trip teachers put together because from what I heard, it comes with a lot of work and a headache to make these happen. Big shout out to the teacher's parent for hosting and assisting the teacher's parent workshop to help parents register for the parent portal. It was the first parent portal workshop since the pandemic began and has had a great turnout of about 50 parents. This is all for me. Back to you, Miley and Emmanuel.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It was awesome that Allan was able to come out on Spectrum News 1 and probably other news, but I saw Spectrum News 1. And that he came out in Student News again, so he came out 2 times in news.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. YOKA has students willing to get out of their comfort zone. You never know what you lose out on when you miss opportunities just because we are shy.
I know, right? I get nervous sometimes, but I still do it because I have to, you know? It's a commitment.
Yeah, same. Well, thank you, everyone. That is all for us this week. I am Miley Hernandez.
And I am Emmanuel Hernandez.
We will see you soon.
Welcome back, YOKA Dragons, to YOKA's student. It's been a long time.
But thank you to those who followed our guidelines and twined with some
twins. And I am Miley Hernandez. I am currently.
Certainly.
It was coordinated
by Mrs. Izquierdo
to introducing this month's dragon.
Spirit Week was a great thing to. Oh my gosh.
We stole snacks and students got to meet.
May, is that May? Because this has the number and it's like May 1st.
months?
I have to count my months, mister.
I sort of click it.
I memorized that part.
Sponsored by Leadership.